Team Awesome is back! Episode 5, Season 2, Freebird. As you may recall, this week Kelsey is not with us because she's on her honeymoon.
Woohoo!
But we do have a very special guest, Brianna. On
Woo!
Tumblr, you may know her as Brianna the Strange. She is an artist. She is the creator of Rose, Cassandra's one and only girlfriend. Brianna, why don't you introduce yourself, please?
Hi! Okay, so my name's Brianna, or Bree, whatever you like. And so I draw a lot, just graduated art school, and I want to get into concept art, and maybe we're gonna show, like, Tangled someday, you never know.
Yes!
Yeah! So, I draw a lot of fan art of that, too, as you know, like, on my Instagram and Tumblr and Twitter and all that good social media. And then I also make a lot of GIFs that float around Tumblr, which is fun to see.
Yeah.
And she is also the person who keeps together the mega upload stuff so that for everybody who can't access Tangled online in any way, shape, or form, they can at least go to the mega and see it there.
It's my gift to you all.
It is a wonderful gift. I have personally used that archive so many times. I download the episodes when they're brand new so that I can start making GIFs right away. I will update to a higher quality later on, but in the meantime, I want something, you know? And then anytime somebody asks me a question and I need a direct quote or something like that, if I'm at work or whatever, I will just pull up the episode and find the quotes and tell them exactly what so-and-so said. And so, yes, this is Brianna, everybody. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Clap for her. Yay! Okay.
Pleasure to be here, folks.
Okay, so getting into Freebird. It was directed by Tom Caulfield, who we all know and love. And it was written by Dave Schiff, who has been on the series since the beginning. So this episode is interesting because the fandom is really divided on whether or not they liked it. The first thing I can liken that to is Not in the Mood, where I am on the don't like that episode side of the spectrum, and Kelsey is on the I love that episode side of the spectrum. And it's not, I actually like Freebird more than Not in the Mood, like significantly more. I have like, oh no, there's a lot to recommend it. There's just also the stuff that's bad is so bad, you know?
Oh god.
Like, for example, but with the good stuff, it's like Cassandra and Rapunzel duet. Like, oh my gosh, how great was that? Like, and that song is
so good.
genuinely so good. I actually really appreciated that they focused a bit on how Rapunzel would feel to be a bird, because we all know that birds are like her emblem, her personal little animal. She
Symbolism.
It's very symbolic. Yeah, she likens herself to birds. Even going all the way back to the original movie, she's always had birds being
The Freedom Bird!
The Freedom Bird! And then like the Freedom Bird shows up in Secret of the Sun Drop, and then she paints the birds on the walls during Set Yourself Free. So, of course, Rapunzel being a bird is going to be a significant thing. So I really appreciated that.
I have a random little thing to say about the Freedom Bird.
Yep.
Back in 2012, I went to Claire's and I bought a necklace that is a little heart and it's got Eugene and Rapunzel on it, and then it has a bird charm. And before we had realized that the Freedom Bird was really a thing, like before someone had been like, wait, this bird shows up in every scene where Rapunzel's being free, it's following her. I was like, why is there a bird?
Bird is so random.
This doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it.
It's the Freedom Bird. Woo!
But it's the Freedom Bird. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
doing it right, whoever made this necklace.
Yeah.
Giving me the OTP and also the Freedom Bird.
There you go. Other things I liked in this episode is that while they were flying around, the scenery was just freaking gorgeous. And it makes you wonder how far they traveled or just how much influence other cultures have had in the area, because they actually had a lot of references to, like, other nations' statuary and natural formations and stuff.
Yeah, like seeing those, like, were they like Greek statues, and then like sort of like ones of Asian origin, and then there was I was looking on Twitter, and somebody, was it Tom Caulfield?
It was Tom.
Like, he posted those storyboards of, like, the Irish islands that was, like, those kind of, like, volcanic stone, and I was like, where is this?
Yeah, those are called the Giant's Causeway is what that's called.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and I recognize that from, God knows what all I recognize that from. That's a very famous piece of formation. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And, you know, I'm always like, Corona is no place specifically in our world, but they do reference places that do exist in our world. And so I think it's kind of cool to see visual references as well as have just like, you know, there's stuff to steal in Italy. So,
yeah.
I mean, so it's nice to see that they stretch out all over the place. And I mean, obviously they didn't go that far. They had to be back in an hour. But yeah, so it's I really love that. And then also when...
I did want to point out that a lot of those great backgrounds were done by Laura Price.
Yes, they were.
I just wanted to do a shout out to her because she's great and I like her art a lot.
I do too. Like, and I love that she posts all this stuff for us to see. I mean, every single one of the people of the crew who work on the show and also posts their stuff on social media, I super duper appreciate, because, I mean, back when the movie came out, it's not like the internet was new, but like social media wasn't as huge a thing yet, and so we had to like scour the internet to find concept art and stuff like that. And now they're just like, no, I'll post it on my blog. You can download it. That's fine. And so it's like
yeah, like there's tons of concept art that people have posted that I'm like, where is this from? And then there's the questionable fan art that we thought was concept art.
Oh my god.
Whoever drew that.
The fan art that was drawn by the crew. And we're like, okay, you know, it's been almost 8 years. You can tell us.
Yeah.
You can tell us who drew that. You can step forward and be like, no, that was me. Because, you know,
come forward, tell the truth, feel better.
We want to give you all the praise. We love that thing.
Eternal, undying love, because I love that picture so much. It is the greatest picture ever.
Mama. Yeah.
Her hands are on his butt. Come on, guys.
A booty.
How? And they're in prison, making out together. It's just amazing.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? You're like locked up. You ain't gonna go nowhere.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Anyways,
I knew I'd go off on a tangent.
Speaking of Eugene, getting back on topic. No, I know that a lot of people thought that like the dudes being dudes was dumb, but I thought that was so delightful and charming.
The cutest thing. Oh my god.
I haven't like looked at the asks on your blog, so I just haven't had the time. But I know people are like, I didn't like it, and I'm like, okay, just why? But the dudes being dudes I thought that was really funny.
It was so funny. Oh my gosh.
The flexing Eugene, I was
I mean, and they just get to this point where they're all just like flexing for no real reason, and they're not doing anything with it. They're picking up freaking logs instead of fixing the damn cart. I mean, it's like, it was so funny. And, you know, now that he's done a one-arm push-up for us before, he's going to do it again, but now it's sideways. Woo!
Yes. So thank you, crew, for putting that in.
Yeah.
Again.
Right? I need to
I'll
compare
take
those.
50 more, please.
Yeah, I need to do some GIF comparisons of the one-arm push-ups.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's more.
Yep.
Well, there's one more.
Well, it's still, and he winks, so
and
it's even better.
He winks in that one, so it's better.
That's still one of my favorite parts of watching the panel from D23 Expo.
You can hear us so clearly. Oh my god, it's like not even funny. You watch that panel and it is so clear. Ellie and I's voices are in that panel when he's doing the push-up and winking, and it's so clearly us. I mean, it's like, because we were like not that far behind the press section, and so no wonder we are very clearly on the audio.
Yep. Pretty much every recording that it gets to that part and you hear screaming and you're like,
hey, it's me.
That's awesome.
But let's see, other things I liked also with the backgrounds. I really liked all the backgrounds in Cassandra and Rapunzel's explorations, and like the bioluminescent mushrooms and the
catfish.
Yeah, all that kind of fun.
Cassandra.
But also, one of the things I like about that, I've noticed that we're getting more and more in this season, we're getting individual scenes without any dialogue and really stellar music.
Yes.
And we're I love it. I mean, it's like, dang, where's our score soundtrack? That's what I really, really want with this series, is a score soundtrack. Still, I still want that. If you guys are listening, I still want that.
Give it, please.
We know where you work, crew. We know where you
Can we get a concept art book too? Because I'm in dire need of that.
Yes, I would love that so much. I would love to get concept art that we have not seen yet, because it hasn't been posted on social media.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not seeing absolutely everything. So yeah, I mean, absolutely. Get us a freaking concept art book. Get us a freaking score soundtrack. I mean, let's get us some merchandise for adults, please.
It will sell. It will sell.
I did want to point out, we did just get some brand new merch for adults.
We did.
On the Disney Store website.
We
they have
did.
2 new shirts
Really?
that are made. Yeah.
Time to look that up.
One is a mesh shirt that has the tower on it, and the other one is a white shirt that says, "For the rest of my life, I will fight," or something like that.
For every minute of the rest of my life, I will fight.
Yes. I want that shirt so bad. I'm like, that's just me. That's me.
Bring it to me.
Yes, absolutely.
And then we got the new Her Universe collection.
Yes,
Destination Disney.
Yeah, I bought the dress. I was wrong. It didn't get here yesterday, so it's still in the mail. But I got the dress, and I need to get the satchel, but that has to wait until I have a little bit more money.
Yeah, I need money for that.
Well, part of my thing is that, like, in my size was only online, and so there were only 3 left in my size online. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that now, even though the satchel's cheaper. The satchel will still be around. So,
yeah.
Yes, excellent. Yes, we did get new merch, and that's very exciting. Although, I'm ready for more series merch. I'm ready for cute dolls of Eugene and Rapunzel in their new outfits.
Where's my Lance plushie?
I want ready for a Lance plushie.
I've made it my mission to collect, like, every Cassandra thing that I can, and it has to grow. I have it all. Where is the stuff?
You need more.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
It's sad, but I'm sure slowly, I think more things will come out. Because, I mean, we got a lot already.
Yes, we did. I mean, it's like in season 1, we just got, like, hammered with merchandise. And so it's like,
yeah.
I wonder if the merchandising is going to go the way of the marketing, where Disney's going to be like, oh, well, la 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 la.
No.
They need to do
Give
the
me
right
my
thing.
lamps. Give me my Eugene in his dark vest, so I can make a Dark Prince Eugene.
Ooh.
Like, little figurines of, like, their new outfits, like we got for the first series. I have these on my desk, and I'm like, I needed more.
I know we haven't seen them this season, but give me some more Varian merch.
Right?
Like,
that stuff would sell so well. What is
oh
wrong?
My God,
they have
Disney.
not given us any Varian merch except for that one little figure that comes in the one pack of
Disney,
TVC
if you're
figures.
listening.
Yeah, Disney. Varian.
Remember how you didn't make any merchandise for Gravity Falls and it blew up, and you probably could have made $1 bajillion if you had made merchandise for Gravity Falls and then you only started making it after the show was over?
Right.
Maybe don't do that.
That is true.
Maybe make Varian merchandise beforehand, because there are people who only watch the show for Varian.
There literally
for
are
whatever
people
reason.
who only watch it for Varian, and that's fine. I mean, that's
fine.
Fine on you. I mean, if you only watch it for Varian, I wish you the best. I wish you liked it for its own thing also. But,
yeah.
I mean, but seriously, the people who only watch it for Varian, cater to them. Do they have any idea how much money fans will spend if you give them what they want?
They love their little cinnamon roll boy. Like,
give us a plushie
come on,
Redditor.
Disney.
Give us, anything. Okay, so back to the episode. Now that we've gone on our tangential rant about merchandise, because I could probably talk an entire podcast ranting about merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
Really.
But, so back to the episode. So that was the stuff that I liked about it, and that was, obviously a lot. But the stuff I didn't like about it, I'm going to start with the premise.
All right.
Just like, let's turn them into birds.
Yeah,
okay?
With hair.
I still go,
with hair.
And when they had hair, I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh my gosh, okay, the fact that Rapunzel had little flowers in her little bird hair, I was like, come on, stop! What is this?
It's so funny.
However, that is significantly better than if she had been in her season 2 outfits and she had had a teeny tiny bird clip in her teeny tiny bird hair. That would have been even worse.
Oh, that would have been ridiculous.
Where did their clothes go? Did they, like, dematerialize?
They kind of turned into their feathers. If you notice, all the markings on them were match their clothes. So
that's magic.
Rapunzel's bird shoulders were like pink and purple stripes, things like that.
Yeah, little Cass's V-neck there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eugene's goatee. What the hell?
Oh my God. Why? Who authorized that?
Okay, Eugene had a goatee and Hookfoot still had a snaggletooth and his Hookfoot.
Like, yeah, I was looking at the bird teeth and I was like,
I thought that Hookfoot might keep his hook.
I thought he might too. I thought he might too, but like...
That was cute.
Yeah.
But just, so questionable. So questionable.
I mean, yeah, there were some design choices I wouldn't have personally gone with, but still, I enjoy what we got. It is what it is.
I also honestly really enjoyed that it sparked the crew to make Birdsonas all week. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
fun
I want to make my own now.
I can't remember who, but someone posted on Instagram their whole wall of Birdsonas that they put up.
That's amazing.
It was so cute.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's see. The pacing, I felt that the pacing was a nightmare in this episode. Like,
A little bit.
I mean, a lot of people didn't like the pacing in the last one, but I was fine with The Force of No Return.
Yeah.
In this one, I'm like, the pacing is really driving me bonkers. It's just...
Yeah.
I mean,
it didn't feel as jarring as, like, Quaid. Quaid just felt...
Quaid's pacing was
because I was
terrible.
so tired.
No,
When
Quaid's
I
pacing
watched
really
it-
was jarring. It's like, wait, what? Is that all
But it
happening?
did-
So
yeah.
fast and not fast enough. What?
I was like, whoo, ah, whoa!
Yeah, that was bad. So,
Yeah.
I am really, really frustrated with the magic mechanics in this episode. Because,
Let's get to it. Let's do it.
Because how the hell does that magic work anyway? I mean, sure, the mother and father said at the outset that all of this exists because of the teapot. But how is a teapot making all this stuff? Like,
Right?
it's like as soon as Cass shattered it and everything vanished, including them, I'm like, they're not even, like, originally birds? You know, I so thought they were going to be originally birds that got turned into human for the purpose of recruiting more birds. And that wasn't even the case. They just vanished. And that made no sense to me whatsoever. Where did this teapot come from? Who made it? And how did it make people? You know?
How did it make people? How did it make birds?
Is this magic like Elsa's magic, and we're just never gonna get an explanation, and we're just gonna be like, well, I guess
There's a sequel coming out. I'm hoping we get backstory on that. Just say,
that would be nice.
I love my Snow White, but come on, tell me more.
And then it's like, okay, first of all, it was honestly pretty funny that Shorty was this majestic white peacock. That was pretty funny.
That was great.
But I will give Shorty a pass on being a male bird laying eggs because Shorty is Shorty. And Shorty is like the embodiment of nonsense.
Well, like his uncle is a tree and all that good stuff. You don't know what he is.
But
if used to be a sneeze weasel named Susan.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Susan, he can speak to pigs. But he is a male peacock that is laying the eggs that can reverse the bird magic. But they had an entire basket of eggs to begin with, and Shorty has only been a bird during the course of the episode, and God only knows when he drank the tea. You know? So it's like, so where did the original eggs come from? This is
Maybe they were spawned by the teapot as well?
I guess, but that just begs the question.
And then they were like, there are... Sorry. Let's speak. Like, remember he was like, what did he say? Like, there are no more eggs, and if the teapot could make more eggs, is there like a certain amount that it made, and it won't make any more, and they can only turn into a bird a few times before they run out of eggs?
I guess if it made the eggs, why would it make it so it could turn people back? Because, like...
If all this bird teapot wants is birds, then why is there an option to reverse the spell?
Yeah.
Also,
there just is, you guys.
Like, honestly, a huge vibe I was getting off of it, all in general, was like Sword in the Stone meets Brother Bear meets Brave. That is just like straight up what I got out of this. Because, like, first of all, they're sitting there like, oh yes, our guest will be here soon. I'm like, that's straight out of like Merlin's dialogue. And then they're like, oh, I know, I'm going to turn you into birds. That is also out of Merlin's dialogue. And then just like, oh my god. And then like, okay, now that we're birds, we have to learn what it's like to be birds and friends. And let me rant about being friends for a second. I love the friendship aspect of this episode a lot. I love that Cassandra is finally showing some really severe emotion that is not anger. That was great. But is it just me, or is her calling Rapunzel selfish out of the blue, and Rapunzel's counter of I'm scared out of the blue? Like, I was listening, I was on my way home from work today, and Next Stop Anywhere came up, and more than once in Next Stop Anywhere, she talks about how excited she is to follow the rocks and find her destiny. And it's like, and now you're scared? You know? Where is this coming from?
Yeah, there hasn't been anything I feel like, to make her scared.
Also, it's like she has given no one
So-
any indication. We haven't seen, like, a peek in the journal that implies that she's scared. She hasn't had any moments of hesitation that have implied she's scared. She's been so gung-ho about everything. Like, where is this "I'm afraid I won't come back" coming from? Like, she has been nothing but enthusiastic up until this very moment, and now all of a sudden she's scared to proceed. And so she's dragging her feet and not say the logical thing of, "Oh, I've never seen the outside world. Every little thing excites me," you know?
Yeah.
And it's like with the whole "you're being selfish" thing, it's like, okay, well, if you had given us any indication that everyone else was like, "Oh, hey, can we do XYZ thing?" and Rapunzel would be like, no, you've been out in the world and I haven't. Can't we do what I want? If she had done that,
Yeah.
like, over and over, I could see Cassandra calling her selfish. But this was, "You dared to meditate this morning and then wanted to go on a nature walk while they were fixing the cart. You're selfish." I'm like,
Yeah.
what? So, yeah, that's another part that really, really irritated me.
I feel like that's super similar to the thing with Not in the Mood, where it's like, they've been fighting for weeks.
It's
And I'm
like,
like,
where's
no,
this coming
no, they
from?
have not.
It's like, the last we saw, they were actually cooperating quite well, you know? So, yeah.
So it
Yeah.
just came out of the blue, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I love Cassandra, but, like, that moment I was like, I kind of, like, narrowed my eyes, and I was like, what? That kind of came out of the blue. What are you talking about, girlfriend? And then, like, I was like, oh, all right, well, I can't stop it.
Exactly. We have to simply accept it.
I have to turn my brain off for a sec. You're like, okay.
So, yeah, so, I mean, I'd say the episode is hit and miss with me. It's like, in a moment-to-moment, how am I feeling about the episode? It's not like I totally liked it. It's not like I totally disliked it. And it's not like I'm even meh about it. It's like, oh, well, what moment are we speaking of? Also, with Cassandra's reaction, I understand that this was an episode about Rapunzel and Cassandra, but literally no reaction from Eugene about Rapunzel potentially being a bird forever. None.
He's like,
whatsoever.
what?
Yeah.
The love of my life is going to be a bird forever?
Yes, I'll go back to Stallion!
All right. Yeah.
We may not have gotten that, but, like, when we got that, like, Brave-esque scene of, oh, my God, I don't think she's going to turn back, what do I do? I was like, oh, this
that
is
was
so
sweet.
good.
That
This
was really
animation,
sweet.
this everything.
It really
Yeah.
was. That was really well done. The whole thing, the acting,
The voice
the animation.
yeah.
It was all really good. Like I said, I really am enjoying seeing Cassandra actually showing severe emotion beyond anger. Because it's like, in Queen for a Day, when the audience is meant to think, actually I should say when Rapunzel is meant to think that Pascal just died.
Yeah.
Cassandra
we're not
comforted
supposed to
her.
think that.
Yeah,
We
I said
know
not the
it's
audience,
fine.
we all know.
We know the truth. But
Ricky didn't write that episode.
And we see, like, Cass's anguish and, oh, baby.
But it's like, yeah, but in Queen for a Day, you have, like, when Rapunzel's all upset, Cass is sad and does hug her, but she's not, like, freaking out. And
Yeah.
so you have this moment where she's like, oh, you know, it's the equivalent of "Don't you die on me," you know? So
Pretty much, yeah.
So we had this huge reaction from Cassandra, both in devastation and relief. Those were both really, really good reactions, and I really loved those. And I really am side-eyeing them, that we didn't even get, like, a shocked face from Eugene. Like, they didn't show anybody else's reaction at all, as if no one else was there, no one else mattered. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, she's got a whole party of people who love her. It's not all about Cassandra's reaction. I mean, I understand that because it was about Rapunzel and Cassandra primarily, I can see why they wouldn't include it. It just seems insanely unrealistic to not show them at all. So, that's all I'm saying.
No, I agree, but, like, it's like, time and what can we fit in, and like, oh, cast rap-centric episode, but still it would have been nice to, like, have, like, even, like, a face of them being like,
exactly, just the shocked face would have been fine, you know?
How dare you keep sad Eugene from me, you
Because
guys. That's not okay.
Quite honestly, if they had allowed Eugene to have a physical reaction, it would have been to, like, hip bump Cassandra out of the way so that he could hold Rapunzel, and he would steal the spotlight in that moment, and so I could see why they wouldn't do that. But, like, not even an, oh god, what do we do face, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, well, I guess we get to go home now, yay!
and meanwhile Short is just there, just poops out an egg. why so glum, chum? That made me laugh.
Oh my god.
I was like, okay, there it goes.
Classic Shorty.
Classic Shorty. Oh, man. So, yes, that's where we are on Freebird. Yep. And I'm very, very excited for next week with Vigor the Visionary.
Oh my gosh.
I know I keep bringing it up, but, like, it's finally next week. So I'm, like, super excited for Vigor the Visionary. Like, oh my god. You're doing callbacks to deleted things from the original movie. What are we going to do? This is amazing.
My favorite thing that they're bringing back these scrapped characters and, like, bringing them to life.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, like, it's so great, and it's interesting to see how many character designs they kind of dragged up from back in the day. Because it's like Lady Kane's the guy with the skull mask.
Yep.
Like, the skull mask was added for the series, but in every other respect, his design is from Glenn Keane's version from before it was, from the Bastion days. And so it's like, even when they are not really giving them a lot of depth, they're still reusing character designs that they came up with forever ago, and I think that is so freaking cool. And then
that's awesome.
And then occasionally to have characters like Xavier or Vigor who actually gets to have a life in the series that otherwise they never would have gotten, and I think that is just so incredibly awesome of them. And I know it's catering to the fans, like straight up, because the crew is fans, they are catering to themselves and therefore catering to us, and that's just like, yes,
Thank you, please.
Thank you. You're giving us way more Tangled than we thought we'd ever get.
It's really cool that we get a lot of the stuff from the original Glenn Keane version.
Yes.
But I think it's super cool that we get Vigor too, because he was in the movie.
He made it to the credits.
Right until the end, and then they're like, no, we gotta scrap this.
We gotta scrap that for time, and then he made it into the credits, and so people have always had this, who's that monkey,
Like, get the Blu-ray, watch the deleted scenes, you fool.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the Jaunty Moose? Watch the Jaunty Moose.
Watch the Jaunty Moose. Watch them, so they were beat poetry instead of a show tune singing group of thugs. So this is just so great. So that's a large reason why I'm very, very excited about this episode. But another reason I am very, very excited about this episode is that Ricky Roxburgh wrote it. And I basically, resigned myself to either joy and or heartbreak on anything that he touches.
It's probably going to be both.
Oh yeah, knowing him, it's going to be both.
Because he likes to do both, because he's evil. I love you, Ricky.
We love you.
We love you, Ricky.
We do. We know you're listening, Ricky. Shout out to you. In every episode, because he's
in the show.
Speaking of shout-outs, Bree, would you like to talk about your Kickstarter?
Yes. So, I got this little thing going, because, I made some pins, hard enamel pins, because I was inspired by the fantasy pins you'd see on, Instagram and all that people collect. So I made one, and it's a little Eugene.
He's so cute. I have him, and I love him.
I love him.
Oh my god. Yeah, I have my little corkboard here, and I still have some left. Go to goodiesbybree.com. There's a few. And so I wanted to make a Kickstarter so you can make, I can make more of them, but different designs. So, I don't know how I would share the link, but if you go to, my Twitter, which is Brianna, what is it? Bree_Kenny. It's pinned to the top. So you just give that a click. It's very simple, folks. Click it. And I was thinking of, you got Pascal, Rapunzel, and Cassandra that are the main ones to fund. But hey, for you Varian fans that I know are out there, I made some, stretch goals of him. He unlocks next, and then I can remake Eugene and get him funded back into the shop, but I'm really excited about this, and we're almost halfway.
Yay!
At this point.
Awesome. And what's your deadline?
I have 17 days to go right now. I think it ends on August 11th. Yeah. See, you know. You know. So yeah, it's getting there.
And so for anybody who doesn't want to go through the convoluted thing of going to various websites, we will have a link to the Kickstarter in the description of this podcast.
Oh, that's even better.
Check out her Twitter and her Instagram.
Yes.
Her art fantastic.
Absolutely.
You guys.
She posts more art there than she does on Tumblr, so you'll get to see more of her great character designs. And honestly, somebody hire her, because she's like freaking good with these character designs. I love them. They're all so engaging. Like,
You guys!
every single one has like literally so much personality that I'm like, oh, this is a fully fleshed character, right?
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like, honestly, I feel like you've got this armload of OCs, and every now and then you're like, oh, they don't even have a name yet. I'm like, what? How do they not have a name?
Yeah.
They clearly have a backstory, you know?
Yeah, for my senior thesis, I have that all that stuff up there. I'm like, who are they? I don't know. I even stuck Rose in there.
Yeah, I noticed that Rose was in there.
Because she's great.
She's awesome.
It's a little baby. That's actually on my art blog, which is Scribbleberry, which is where I moved everything over to make my life like easier, so it's not clogged by like a whole bunch of Tangled gifts and cats and all that. So you can check that out. But also the Kickstarter, it's doing good, and I'm really grateful for everybody who's like backed that so far. And I'm really hoping to get these made and ship them out to you all shiny and cool, and then you can put them up. It'll be awesome.
They are very good. Like Ellie and I said, we both have the Eugene pin, so like they're quality, they're good. Buy her freaking pins, fund her Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I want to get my shop so you all can get them someday. So yeah, thanks guys.
Okay.
For putting that in there.
You're welcome. I am pretty
Of
sure
course.
this wraps us up for this episode. And so we will see you guys next week for Vigor the Visionary. So stay tuned for that, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
And thank
Bye,
you so much
everyone.
for being on, Brie.
Yes, thank you, Bree. Sorry, I'm a
It was so
doofus.
fun.
Yes, thank you.
Everyone have a safe drive home, okay?